Hey, in the video below this one, you know how like we lose focus. The neighbor that asked me all that stuff, and didn't really want to know those questions because they weren't listening to answer or some kind of explanation. They told me that a few nights ago, well, that was last night. They told me that there was groups of people coming, climbing the fire escape all throughout the night and shit. You know, like I said on videos and stuff, well, they disconnected the camera, they don't put it on no more. But they do pay attention to what I do. That I had locked my keys in. So I had to climb that freaking fire escape to get up. Here. And bang on it till a neighbor came in and opened the balcony. And then the manager told me, don't ever do that. Don't ever climb up those stairs. I said, well, nobody answers the door and I lock my keys inside. Don't ever. Right? But that same night well, it was in daytime it happened. That same night and for weeks before, somebody related to, which I don't think they were related, but it don't matter. That was staying with somebody over here. Coming in about the same time every night. Sometimes through the window to the balcony. And yes, of course they had to climb the fire escape. But the point is that, yeah, he's seen them. And he's seen them, weeks, months after do that every night. Whatever. But only I got said something to. And that camera was on, so, they seen it every night. But who's the one that gets told and I'm climbing up for a legit reason? Of course, me. Hey, if I had stuff out on the balcony, I'd get told right away. But anybody else, plants, anything, doesn't matter. You get me? Yeah, like I said, and I'm not like dry snitching and stuff. Anybody could keep their shit outside their door. I don't care if it's trash, if it's their wife, if it's a bunch of free toilet paper, I don't care. It doesn't matter to me. But what does matter to me is that I'm the only one that gets told anything for everything that anybody else has done throughout years. Do you get me? Years and years, even before these managers. Because we've had a lot of managers, believe me. And we also had some good ones for like many years. When I pulled up here, Ezekiel and Gabriela, they work at a bigger place now for the same company. They clean, she actually cleaned this place every freaking day. She cleaned. She cleaned walls. She picked up the trashes that fucking were in the laundry room. She made, yeah. And since then, I mean, Albert tried to clean it, but it was too much of an accumulation for years. You get me? But he cleaned what he could every weekend. He tried. But it's accumulated over the freaking years. And somehow I think dirt fucking grounds this fucking shit that they do to us a little bit more, because there was never dirt in between the fucking like molding and shit. Never. And all of a sudden when you're, there's dirt in between the floor and the molding and the wall and the molding all the time. And you can't freaking, clean it because it's just going to come back. You cock over it, it's going to come back. So, I think that has to do with us having mold. I seriously do. Yeah. Oh, but I wanted to tell you that that's what he said, that there was people coming. I hear it. Believe me, I hear it. But I'm not gonna run after fucking, you know, I'm not gonna run after them and shit. I don't care. Just leave me the fuck alone. I really don't give a fuck. You hear, when it's quiet, you hear exactly where they are, where they go. And if you've been around here as long as I have, you know what door squeaks what way, what makes a fucking because it's uneven, you know, and it's pretty weird that that marble has been out there forever, and I made sure I went out and broke it because I knew exactly whose it was, and they're not here. So I made sure I broke it, and I couldn't carry it out. So they use that shit for some reason and shit, and under the, on the sign, and never mind. I'm not gonna say everything I know because Eddie next door is sitting here listening to me and shit. But everybody fucking listens to what I say because apparently, and I only believe in one God, but apparently I'm these people's God. Me and Satan, because they hang on every word that I say, every breath I take. It's just freaking weird. Mother issues. They probably sit there and call out my name when they're having sex with their wife or their fucking mate. That's just weird. I'm old. I'm wrinkly. I'm disabled. I got scars and old tattoos that, have fucking smeared together. And, come on. Let's face it, I gave my kids my butt because I don't have one now. They do. It's like they sit there and count the wrinkles on my asshole and the hairs around my asshole and shit and get off on that shit, right, Eddie? But get a better hobby. You guys got family and you're not alone here, and children, and they're learning this stuff. They're supposed to be our freaking future, but nobody cares about if they're not alive to be living in that future. They don't care about what they do now. You get me? Yeah. And I mean, come on, this earth is fucked. Oh, and now people are fucking worrying about it, and I think it's a little too late. But we can, slow it down. But you know, I'm not even fortunate enough to have grandchildren, which, you know what, on second thought, I think it's a good thing now because I can tell you, the fruit of my loin. Well, anyways, but I'm still, I'm still concerned about, who comes after me and is living in this life and living in this world, especially with the shit that's going down now. And it's only going to get worse. Come on, if you can link up to somebody's thoughts and crap, satellite terrorism, domestic terrorism, fucking do shit through fucking agriculture and shit, and fucking digging in plants and through the ground and stuff. Come on. Man, look what they're doing to us. Now think about 10 years, 20 years from now, like when I'm dead. Hey, I'm not dying in vain, thank God. But just think about it. Think about how much worse it's going to get if it doesn't get any better. A lot of us TIs are doing our part, doing what we can. Just by talking to other ones and putting it out there and documenting it. Yeah. But who's going to care if the real humans are gone? Who's going to really care? Because the ones that, care about other stuff that really isn't going to be of big importance when they die. You get what I'm saying? Yeah, but yeah, he told me that people were climbing up the balcony and in and out of the place and stuff like that. But the manager don't say anything about that, and he knows. He knows. If you're at a place, if you're at an apartment, and you're going through electronic harassment or cyber torture, the no touch torture and shit, believe me, pay attention to everything that your manager does or doesn't do or only does to you. You get me? Yeah. I don't know how people with raising children can live with themselves. They have to be an example. They have to make the world better. The children are supposed to make the world better when we're not in it. If you've been a parent, you're about my age, older, a little younger, you know what it's like to sacrifice. And you know what it's like to have to set an example. And because you're in front of your children and you have to continue that fucking example, and it goes against everything, and you can't pick it back up until they're 18 and out of the house. But that's when everybody else has changed and they don't fucking believe in fucking the normal crap or the crap that you should do or the way it's supposed to be done. You get me? I've had to walk away from things, because my children, even when they were little, they would jump in front of my fights. I mean, they would break away from who I kept them with. Hey, watch my kids. I'm going to go around the corner. Things falling. They would break away. And they'd find where I was going to fight in the middle of the street. And, jump right in the middle. What the fuck? You get me? So I've taken a lot of bullshit. And I've either caught up with it when it couldn't get there and ears couldn't, or, hey, there were places that I had to go, like work or someplace. But sometimes you just had to walk away from things because it was the right thing to do and to teach your children. You get what I'm saying? But my kids don't remember the probably 87% of all the good things that I've taught them and that I've done and did with them. They remember only the little percentage of bad. Or get this, they got memories that, and it's probably from all this bullshit, they fucking implant shit, they deduct shit. But, you don't know how to take it, because when one of them is saying the opposite of everything that happened, you tend to look at it like they're doing it on purpose. Are they doing it just to get a reaction from me? Because, no. But then you think, well, maybe where they were at, or, whatever. Maybe they've deducted things and fucking put it in a whole different way. I don't know. But it's just weird that one day everything that they put out there was the exact opposite of the truth. Where it comes where I'm concerned, about me. And it's really freaking weird. Exact opposite. And you know what? A lot of things were destroyed. I saved them all these years. And somebody, when they popped up after a long time back, a lot of that stuff, just like, I seen it when they first popped up, made sure it was there and stuff. Yeah, a couple weeks later, gone. Yeah, so, you know, pray for my babies. Pray for the people I love. Because I might just have to clean slate it. Because my heart loves. And if something affects you and it's not, things aren't what they really were, you can't go on letting it destroy you forever. That's true. And like raising kids, I have no guilt at all. Most mothers have a lot of guilt or things that, the kids can use for guilt. Especially my son, I did everything. Nobody ever made me social. I never had a open social fucking service case. People would hate and fucking call on me, but never had, and never had a court date. Family court. So I've never been made to do the things that I've done. I did them because, hey, if one of us had a problem, we all had a problem. So we all needed some help. And I didn't want my kids to grow up and say, and do things and say, oh my God, well, I could have done this. And I didn't. I wanted to make sure I did everything I could. So, if nature versus nurture didn't work, nah, I got enough shit to be guilty about. I ain't guilty where it comes to my kids, so, whatever. But I forgot to put that in about, the neighbor saying that people were climbing up and down and stuff like that. The manager doesn't